the live stream on YouTube. Perfect. Okay, so this is now ready too. Let's see if it works. I think so. Perfect. So let's now just send that we are now live. So right here, everyone, we're now live for the free weekly outlook. Okay, perfect. And now let's as well just send this on Instagram. Okay, perfect. So let's copy the link. Let's go on Instagram. And let's do this little announcement. So that's perfect. Bam. And this is TradingView. Let's do it like this. Okay. Perfect. So we are now live on YouTube channel. Okay, yeah. Perfect. Watch the free weekly outlook now. Okay, that's perfect. That's perfect. Let's put this announcement on Instagram too. Let's add a little music. I don't know what to put. Oh, I don't know what to put. Whatever, let's put this. And let's add the link. Okay, watch. Okay, perfect. Okay, perfect. So I added this to my story. That's good. Okay, perfect. Perfect. So guys, I hope everyone is doing well. I have the chats like usually on the left where everyone can ask their questions. So, and right here I have the chat for YouTube. So yeah, guys, let's start right now. The story has been uploaded. Everything is now ready. So guys, I wish you a really happy new year. It's the beginning of the new year. It's the first live stream of 2026. So guys, I really hope your holidays went well. And the holiday season is almost over, so that means the next weeks the momentum should be back up and there should be the nice trades that we can have. We had as well a few trades on the previous on the previous week. Even if the momentum wasn't really there, you see right here price mitigate at the most extreme POI and really had an amazing reaction, hit 1-to-3 risk-reward ratio before pushing it back down. But still, even if we didn't have wait a minute, let me just do something quickly. Even if we didn't have a big big volume, because again it was pretty much the holidays, we still got this trade. I broke down this trade on Wednesday in the morning right here when it was in this area, and then just send the markup. It was exactly forecasted. Again guys, every single markup is always forecasted in the markups. So right here we have Euro USD. This is the exact scenario that I was just showed. You can't hear me. Can you guys hear me? Is it working? Hello. Do you hear me, guys? We can hear you. Okay, perfect. Sound is okay? Okay, perfect. Sounds good. Let me just see what is my microphone. Okay, I mean, it should be good. Okay, I hope it's good. Okay, perfect. So yeah, this was basically the markup that I sent. You see right here on the 31, so December 31. And this is the exact markup with the extreme POI exactly right here, and this is the outcome. So as you can see right here, amazing trade according to the strategy. This POI was as well forecasted in the weekly outlook. So yeah, this is just to show the trade. It didn't hit take profit final, but it still hit your take profit one. So yeah, that was a pretty good trade on Euro USD that happened on the previous week, even if we had no that much volume. But yeah, this happened, and today what we're gonna do, guys, we're gonna be analyzing all the pairs right here. So we're gonna analyze all my major pairs, including indices, and at the end of the day, I mean, not at the end of the day, but more at the end of the live stream, we're gonna be doing a giveaway for our free 6K funded account in collaboration with For Traders, like we always do at every single end of those live streams. If you guys want to see the live stream in big, I'm streaming as well at the same time on YouTube if you want to have the live stream in a bigger screen. Okay. So guys, let's start first. So yeah, this was a trade that happened on the previous week that hit around 1 to 3. But yeah, let's see if we have any questions. Okay, perfect. So let's start with Euro USD. So guys, Euro USD, really simple. It was a POI that was forecasted on the previous week. On the previous week, when we did the weekly outlook, of course, you can find all the recordings of all weekly outlooks always on For Traders YouTube channel. Okay, if you just go on For Traders YouTube channel, you'll find all the recordings of all the live streams. So on the previous week, we were somewhere around in this area for pretty much like right here when we were doing the weekly outlook. So I said we had this range from this low to this high, and we had a 4-hour POI. This 4-hour POI exactly right here got mitigated, as you can see. So like I was explaining multiple times during the weekly outlooks and even on my social media, when a POI is mitigated, you're not straight away just entering. You go on the 15-minute, and when you go on the 15-minute, you need to wait for a 15-minute change of character / break to the upside. In this case, the change of character happened right here. If you included the week, it happened a little bit later, but still the change of character happened right here. After that, we just identified our most extreme POI. The most extreme POI in this range was this 5-minute one. This is the opposite color candle connected to an imbalance that is unmitigated. So this POI was a valid POI, and as you can see right here, we just entered. The stop loss was below the low. As you can see exactly right here, that was around 1 centimeter below the low. And yeah, then price just pushed up and hit 103, that is our take profit one, and then reversed and reached break even. So this was just more of a partial trade because the take profit final was at the hourly high, and unfortunately we didn't reach that point before reversing, but still it was still a really good 1 to 3 risk to ratio that we closed some partials. So yeah, that was the trade on Euro USD that actually happened on the previous week. Okay, now this week this already happened, so that means this is no longer good. Because why? We already know that we have a rule for the POI. The rule for the POI is pretty simple. It is that the POI needs to be unmitigated. So that just means that the POI is fresh, completely untapped, okay? So as price already tapped in the POI exactly right here, that POI is no longer unmitigated. So that means that this is now gone. This is from the previous week. The POI already used its strength, you know, and now this means that it's ciao bye. Okay, so that means that we are still in this range, okay? We're still in this range, but there's just one thing that we can do. As we cannot really trade in this range anymore because all the POIs has been used, that means we just gonna wait, okay? It's really important because as you can see exactly right here, we don't have anything else. Like, you know, we don't have anything else in this range. We already basically mitigated pretty much everything. So what does that mean? This means that we just leave this to the side and we wait for the POI above, the POI below right here on the 1 hour to be mitigated. That's it. In this new range, there is nothing we can do. We already reacted. We already got our trade. We already got our profit. We move on. We can go now on another pair. So if there's nothing to do, guys, If there's nothing to do in one pair, according to my strategy, it's normal sometimes, okay? I mean, it depends of the market conditions and everything, but it's normal that my strategy doesn't offer like 10 setups on one single pair every single day or every single week, because I'm on the 4-hour time frame first. You know, as you can see, guys, right here, I'm on the 4-hour time frame when I'm doing my analysis. So what does that mean? This just means that my setups will happen like less fast, right? It would happen slower. So that's why we trade multiple pairs. I trade all my major pairs, but I as well actually trade all my minor pairs too. That I don't do the breakdown in the free weekly outlook, but I do it in my community on Discord. So let's go now on GBP USD. So GBP USD, since the previous week, it's pretty much the exact same thing. So what happened? It's that we got a break of structure to the upside exactly right here. I identify, guys, my break of structures from a body closure to another body closure. If you include wicks, your break of structure would have been like this, for example, and this would have been your range, okay? If you include wicks, okay? But I don't. I just do it with a break of structures. So as you can see, break of structure. That means that this is the low connected to the previous, this is the low connected to the previous high that has been broken. And my break of structure is actually right here, this green line. So that's why my range is like this. But anyway, it doesn't change anything. You know why? It doesn't change anything because the POI is still valid in both cases. So what's going on right here? First of all is to identify your range. I told you, you can use this one or you can use this one. At the end of the day, it doesn't change a thing for this scenario. Then when you have the range, you need to identify your valid points of interest. In this case, we start on the 4-hour, but on the 4-hour, there is no valid points of interest. Why? It's because we need to be always finding the opposite color candle. Here, we have here an opposite color candle, right? It's a blue candle, and then we're pushing to the upside. So that means this is a bearish candle. That's the opposite of bullish. So this candle, however, is not valid. Why this candle is not valid? It's because it's not connected to any fair value gap or imbalance. So what does that mean? This means that this POI is not valid. So what do? We can go on the 1 hour if there was nothing to do on the 4-hour. Then when we arrive on the 1 hour time frame, we can straight away see that we have this 2 candlestick POI right here that is connected to an imbalance right here, and we have this that is connected to a fair value gap. So those 2 POIs are our valid POIs for GBP USD. Okay. So yeah, and except for that, we don't have anything else lower. We actually, wait a minute, we actually have this POI a little bit lower that looks like I forgot. Let's include it. It's exactly right here. We have some inducement as well right here, so that's perfect. Okay. So those are all the POIs we have in that range. We came close to actually mitigate the POI in this area, but we didn't do it, so that means the POI is still valid. So yeah, that's pretty much it. What do we have on GBP, GPY? So now what do? We just wait for the price to be mitigated and then wait for a 15-minute change of character, and we do exactly the same thing as I showed you on Euro USD. Okay, so let's see if we have any questions. Let's see if we have any questions. So, can you please analyze a fresh chart for Monday? Look out for a fresh chart, like a chart that we had. I mean, I can analyze a chart from A to Z if you want, so that will give you an idea of how analyzing the chart when I don't have any markups. And for the Fibonacci, that's what I have. By the way, for my Fib, I kind of want to change the colors. Let's change the colors, guys. What colors can we put? I think I want the red ones to be here. Do I want a red one? Did I put a red one? Whoops. My one level. Oh yeah. Oh no, it's ugly. I don't want to put I don't want to change the colors. Oh yeah, guys, that's my Fibonacci settings. I kind of want to change the colors. What do I put? Orange. I put orange, yellow. Orange, yellow, green. No, that's a red, yellow, green. Wow. Okay, let's put my Fibonacci with a rainbow color. Looks funny. Okay, nice. So yeah, that's what do we have. Okay, let's go now if we have any other questions. Let's see if we have any other questions. So on YouTube, people are saying Happy New Year. You are born to do live streams. Maybe imagine guys, I just become a live streamer. It should be. Why not, right? Should be funny. Okay. I got this trade on Euro USD, but last it hit my stop loss while waiting for hourly high. Yeah, you needed to place your stop loss to break even after take profit 1. That way you would have secured the position. If not, what do we have else? I'm gonna show you guys the questions that we have on YouTube. Oops. Okay, that's weird. Okay, so then we have hi, blah, ciao, bye. Okay, I also got a trade on. This is silver, right? As per your strategy, and it was the best. Yeah, basically, guys, all trades according to my strategy. So that's pretty much silver. So my strategy works with every single pair. Whatever you're trading, it works everywhere. It works even on crypto, it works on commodities, it works everywhere. Why? It's just because it's market structure. Like at the end of the day, it's just market structure. It's like liquidity zones, points of interest. It's all market structure. So of course it works with every single thing. So yeah, I'm really happy that you had a nice trade on silver. We have a lot of questions. Normally we have a market structure shift on the wick when it touches the 1 hour POI. I use body closures to body closures. So what does that mean? It means that my break of structures are from a body closure to another body closure. Your strategy is life changer. I was proud to have you. Thank you very much. I really, really appreciate that. Okay, guys, so we have a lot of questions. Let's continue the live stream a little bit more, and I'm gonna answer a little bit more questions. Okay, so let's do the analysis of we're gonna do USD GPY, and then we're gonna do a complete analysis of GBP GPY. Okay, or we can just do, honestly, we can just do like USD GPY. Let's do USD GPY to analyze an empty chart from A to Z. So let me just delete everything so you can have an overlook of how we can do that. Okay, perfect. So guys, when you're up in an empty chart, okay, you're completely empty. You know, there is nothing, no markups, there is completely nothing. The first step that you're gonna do, first things first, is to identify your bias and your range. So you need to understand what you're looking for. So are you looking for buys or are you looking for sells? Okay, how to know if you're looking for buys or for sells? You're gonna be following the range and the structure momentum. So if we're going to the upside, you're gonna be looking for buys. If you're going to the downside, so you're bearish, you're gonna be looking for sells. That's it. We're following the overall time frame direction. Okay, so right here, this is USD GPY. What do we do with this information? First of all, we can straight away see that it's pretty bullish. You know, we already see that we're creating multiple higher highs every single time, and we're pushing to the upside. So that's pretty easy to see that right here we're bullish. Now that you identified that you're bullish, you need to identify your last break of structure, okay? Right here, it might be a little bit confusing, but let me explain you what's going on. So we have a break to the upside exactly right here. And then we start to get pretty aggressive. You know, right here we're aggressive, right here we're aggressive. So you have two options. Either you consider this as your big range and then you just wait until price breaks structure to the upside overall like it happened right here. And then you just have the lowest point of the range that would be from here to here. That's one scenario. Okay, that's one scenario. Or the other scenario would be to consider this aggressive pullbacks and then, you know, follow the internal right here, kind of internal, but at the same time it's not, because the aggressive pullbacks happen, so we need to follow the aggressivity of the price. This is the other scenario right here. You see, in this case, it doesn't really change a thing because the range is pretty much at the same level. If I take this low or if I take this low, it doesn't really change a thing. But how I identified it, I concluded that right here we're gonna use the internal structure. So that was my range. It was exactly right here. My range was like this, okay? But at the end of the day, it doesn't really change anything in this case, because the most important thing is to be aligned with the bias, and this bias is bullish, so we're gonna be looking for buys. That's it, okay? Then as long as you have a bullish range and it's the newest range, you're gonna be good to go. So as you can see right here, we have a range. So this is the low, this is the high of the range. So we can now identify our POIs below the 0.5% of the fib. Why we're not identifying our POIs above, so basically in this area, it's because above the 0.5% of the fib, it's the premium area. The premium area means it's where price is expensive. We want to look for buys. So you don't want to buy when price is expensive. You want to buy where price is cheap. So that's why we're going to be identifying our POIs in the discount area, so below the 0.5. So as you can see exactly right here, this is the area where we're looking for our POIs. We're going to be looking for the opposite color candle. So we have one exactly right here that is unmitigated and connected to a fair value gap. So everything is good to go in that case. Now, we don't have anything else on the 4 hour. So that's why we can move on and go on the 1 hour in case there is something. And yes, in this case, exactly right here, there is something, right? There is a 1 hour POI here. So that means that those are our two POIs that we're going to be looking for some trades. Now, we identified those two POIs. That's pretty cool. What do we do next? Really, really simple. You just wait for price to mitigate one of those POIs. So price came back into the level. You know, it's going to tap the POI. And then you're going to go on the 15-minute time frame, wait for a 15-minute change of character, and enter at the new 1-minute POI or the most extreme POI. So yeah, that's it, guys. That's my strategy. It's not more complicated than that. Okay, so yeah, that being said, that's as well it for USD GPY. Okay, someone said, I want to see your templates. Yeah, this is my templates, guys. If you want to see my templates for POIs, as you can see, a little trick for your templates, guys. I suggest you to write a number close to the template. So for example, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and then you write your name. Like that, it will go in order, so you will not be lost inside your templates, right? So that way it's better. Okay, and I have as well my templates for this, but honestly, there's nothing much here to say. I don't even know what is it. Okay, so guys, let's go on GBP GPY. So GBP GPY, it's exactly the same thing as we had on the previous week. We just have this range. We broke structure to the upside exactly right here. We have two POIs. We have one right here, so I give you the level. I can wait, how do I give you the level price label? Is it that? Okay, so I give you this level, guys. I give you this level, guys, and this is all the levels of the POIs exactly right here. So if you want to just have them for yourself, that's a good thing. So I can as well move it to the low, but yeah, That's it. Okay, that's the thing for GBP, GPY. USD we still have nothing. Why? It's because I'm still waiting for price to pull back right here and create a new break of structure to the downside, because now we're stuck in a really big range. You know, like it's a really big range, and we cannot really do anything in that huge range. So that means that we're gonna wait for a new pullback, because that means we can look for a new range. So yeah, USD right now really boring. We just had a big break of structure. We're stuck in a big range, and I'm just waiting for a new one because there's nothing much we can do in between. Okay, yeah, interesting. Okay, guys, so we're now at half of the Forex pairs. Let's see if we have any other questions. So USD CAD, yeah, USD CAD, we're gonna do it right now. How I can get started? If you're talking about the trading, I have like a free foundation course that you can go start with that to get all the basics. But honestly, the first step is to get some education. Like, honestly, everyone who wants to start trading, they just completely skip the education part, and it's so sad because then they just lose their money because they don't know what they're doing. So the education is really important. Like, a lot of people are saying that. I know it might seem like, yeah, you need to like educate yourself, but it's true. If you don't know what you're doing, like, you cannot be good at what you're doing. Like, you cannot go to university, get a degree without going to your classes, you know. So yeah. Okay, let's see if we have any questions. So right here, this is the questions. Let's see if we have anything else. So if you enter off an early POI and hit stop loss, can you still enter twice at the most extreme POI, assuming the first re-entry hits stop loss? If the trade before the most extreme one hits stop loss, you can only enter the most extreme one. That's it. How many pairs do I trade? I trade a lot of pairs, guys. If you're looking at it right here, this is all my pairs on the major pairs, and if you go on minor pairs, this is all my pairs on minor pairs. Like, I trade a lot of pairs, but it's not that bad because not everything is going on at the same time. Like, for example, you see we don't have anything to do on all of those pairs for now. We're just waiting. So it's not like I'm like overwhelmed by pairs. I just actually just analyze my chart once in a day, and then I just see what's new, but I'm not always like looking at the chart at all. Templates, I showed you. How are they payouts for traders? Really good, guys. They pay under 48 hours. Did you are doing education degree? Yeah, right now, guys, I'm studying economy, finances, and mathematics in a business school, like in one of the best business school in Canada. So yeah, I'm doing my university degree. So to learn more basically about economy, etc., so it can be better for my trading basically. Because I personally, you know, I learned with a lot of online courses. You know, how I personally learned trading is with online courses. So it is important to get like good value and good education, but I feel like for the economy fundamentals and everything more professional, like I want to go and learn from actually like, you know, professionals and from people who are trading in hedge funds, etc., so that way my trading can be even better. So that's why I'm studying economy right now. So DAX in the weekly outlook. Okay, yeah, sure, we can do the DAX. Be a Valorant streamer. No, guys, you know what's even funnier? You know, like the thing of being like a Valorant streamer. I was a CS:GO streamer during the COVID. Like I was streaming Valorant too, but I was like a Minecraft and CS streamer. But I was streaming Valorant too. But I stopped streaming because then I don't know, just stopped it. But if you guys want some like gaming streams that are not trading related but just actually for fun, we can do gaming streams together. We can play together if you guys I mean, I'm down for the idea. Okay. Okay, guys, perfect. So let's go now on USD CAD. Let's go on USD CAD. So USD CAD, what's going on exactly right here? We are in a downtrend. It's pretty obvious. There's nothing much complicated to understand here. We are in a downtrend. So we're going to be looking for some sells. The range is like this, and this is the previous range that we had. So what does that mean? This means that we're going to be looking for sells. This is the exact same POIs as we had in the previous week when we did the weekly outlook. It didn't change. We just pushed a little bit to the upside. Now, you see price is inside this POI, right? Price is inside this POI. So what do? We're going to go on the 1 hour to see if we can actually look for an entry. So first things first, price tapped into this 1 hour POI exactly right here. We closed inside the POI at first, so that's good. So let's go on the 15-minute to see if we had anything to do. And yes, as you can see right here, we got our break of structure to the downside. Again, guys, remember, identify my break of structures from a body closure to another body closure. So for me, this is a valid change of character to the downside. Then we just needed to identify our most extreme POIs. Let me just go back right here. So bam, now our goal is to identify the most extreme POI. In this case, the most extreme POI that we had is on the 1 minute right here. As you can see, this is the extreme 1 minute POI. There is nothing above this 1 minute POI, so that means it's the most extreme one. That's it. Then you're just gonna enter inside of this most extreme 1 minute POI right here. Your stop loss will be above the high, as you can see exactly right here. You add around 1 centimeter to the entry, so like this, and your take profit one will be 103 risk trade ratio, and your take profit final will be the hourly low, in this case right here for 1 to 9. Okay, so it's a really good risk to reward ratio trade. It's an amazing risk trade ratio trade. Again, your stop loss above on the 1 minute, somewhere around like this. So yeah, that's perfect. So let's see what do we have for this entry. So as you can see, price started to push down. We mitigate the POI. It started to push down. It hit 103 risk trade ratio already, and just before market close, it closed here. Now, if we measure the price, it's only 18 pips. You know, it's 18 pips until we hit stop loss. Even if we put the stop loss to break even, that's 13 pips. So at market open, the problem with this trade is that it can be stopped out because of spreads, okay, and because of market open volatility. It's the new year, etc. So yeah, that's why this trade was just better to close it around 102 like this before market close in this area, because that way you're gonna avoid bad surprises when market will open, in case it pushes in the opposite direction and kicks you out. So yeah, this trade was according to the strategy. There was nothing wrong with this trade exactly right here, but like I was explaining, it was better to close it before market close because of the risk that it can create. So what does that mean? This means that this trade is now already happened as well. So that means that we can still wait for the POIs above right here to be mitigated to look for an entry. Okay, so this is AUD USD. So exactly the same thing as we had on the previous week as well. So we had a 1 hour POI exactly right here, and we have a 1 hour POI exactly right here. So nothing interesting, nothing new. It's exactly the same thing. We've been just waiting for those POIs. So yeah, guys, if you want more info about this, don't hesitate to go on the previous week recording. I give you the levels right here for the POIs if you wish. So that way you will have the same POIs as me. By the way, guys, I'm as well on the chart that is forex.com. So if you want to have the exact same chart. Okay, so this is AUD USD. Now let's go on NZD USD. So NZD USD, we as well tapped into a POI. As you can see, we tapped into a POI. So we tapped into both POIs pretty much at the same time. As you can see, we tapped into this one and this one pretty much at the same time. So I'm just going to take the lowest POI because it doesn't really change anything. Okay, so we got tapped in. Let's go on the 15-minute to wait for a 15-minute change of character. This is the last break to the downside, so that means this is the high that we need to break. So yeah, as this is the high that we need to break, we got our break of structure to the upside actually right here. So this is our change of character exactly right here. We were bearish and now we went back to be bullish. So what do? We're going to take our Fibonacci from the bottom to the top, as you can see exactly right here. And what does that mean? This means that we can look now for some buys. Okay, so we're gonna identify our POYs on the 15-minute first. So we have a 15-minute POY exactly right here, and we don't have anything else. So let's go on the 5-minute. On the 5-minute, we have this 5-minute POY exactly right here, and we don't have anything else. Okay, and it looks like we have as well the extreme POY that is on the 5-minute exactly right here. So you see there is nothing lower than this 5-minute POY. So that means that this is the most extreme one. Okay, so this is the most extreme POY. That's good, and that's good. And we can as well go on the 1-minute to see if there is anything else on the 1-minute. Now you might be asking yourself, why am I identifying so many POYs, right? Why do I need so many POYs if I already actually found the most extreme POY? So yes, you enter at the most extreme POY first. That's 100% true. You enter at the most extreme POY, but if, for example, you have a POI mitigation before the most extreme one, you can actually look for an earlier try. So a try before the most extreme one, that we call it. So basically, if any other POI then the most extreme one reacts, so that means we create a 1-minute breaker structure as a reaction, slash change of character, of course, we can look for earlier entry. But of course, the most extreme one is the basic entry, because again, price will already have sweep all the liquidity when tapping into the most extreme one. While if we're here, however, like, oh my, this is already mitigated. Oh, okay. So, but while we're here, you know, we might get swept. Okay. So as you can see exactly right here, price actually already tapped a POI before the most extreme one. So what does that mean? This means that we can go and see if it created a 1-minute break. In this case, looks like it did. So what does that mean? It means that all of those POIs are no longer valid because we already got a reaction before the most extreme one. Okay, so it's only one try before the most extreme one. If we have a try right here, the other ones are no longer valid except the most extreme one. So as you can see right here, price tapped into the POI. We can go now on the 1-minute to see if we had any 1-minute break of structure. It happened right here. We actually got a 1-minute break of structure, as you can see on Friday. Then we could have identified the most extreme POI. In this case, we had a 1-minute one here, but let's see if we had anything else on a higher time frame. And yes, we did have this 5-minute POI on a higher time frame exactly right here. So what does that mean? This means that this would have been the entry. Basically, straight away in this case, it's a pretty interesting scenario, but straight away after the break of structure, we could have entered right here. Stop loss would be below the low. And at that point, you could have added 1 pip to the entry, but in this case, it's just pretty much market execution. And then 103 restricted ratio is your take profit 1, and take profit final will be, of course, at the hourly high. So the hourly high is actually really far away. You can target this little pullback, but it's not really a high. The hourly high, the real hourly high is here. Like the real hourly high is here. But it's pretty far, so I would agree to target just this little pullback for 128 or this one. So yeah, that would have been the entry before the most extreme one. Let's see what happened. So I think we already got a reaction. Yeah, we're starting to have a reaction, as you can see, but same issue as we had on USD CAD. It closed right here before market close, so it's pretty close to the entry. So what does that mean? It means that you have chances to get swept when price opens, when market opens. So the safest option would have been to just close the trade before. The less safe option would be to remove the stop loss for the spreads, but it's less safe, like really less safe. So yeah, that trade is supposed to be going on. It still didn't hit 103. So if price technically comes back to the entry, you can re-enter. If then it just decides to push down, you just enter at the most extreme POI right here. Okay, so yeah, that's pretty much it for NZD USD. Let's see. So, okay, I came across with a 50% consistency rule on funded next. Does this rule apply to CFD or is just for futures? I don't know exactly all the accounts on Funded Next, like step by step. So I really would just recommend you to read the rules according to the accounts. You can go on prop firm match. There's all the prop firms rules there. So you can just go there, find your account and see if the rule is here or not. If it's not there, it wouldn't be there. But yeah, it depends of your account. Like it depends of the thing you're selecting. How long does it take to pass two-step funded account using this strategy? So if you use 0.5% risk to 1% risk using this strategy, it wouldn't take that long. Of course, it depends of the market conditions, depends of the actual trades that you are able to take, you know, depending of your sessions, etc. But for the results, like, you know, the results of the strategy are pretty good. So if you do everything like it needs to do, if you go right here in the Discord, you know, I have the VIP results right here. So those are the results. So imagine that you catch half of those trades, like half. Okay, because catching all the trades, depending on your time zone, etc., it's not 100% possible. So half of the trades. So right here, for example, you would made 4%, 1%, 2%, and 8%. So in 1 month, you would be able to pass the challenge. Okay, perfect. So let's go now on GPY. No, Euro GBP. So what's going on Euro GBP exactly right here? So we had this trade, this range from this high to this low, as you can see exactly right here. So we're going to be able to look for some sells. We already identified this POI on the previous week. But now we had a little pullback and we actually got another break of structure to the downside for this little tiny range right here. Technically, we have a little tiny range right here. I don't even know if we have any POIs. No, okay, we don't have any POIs in this tiny range. So we're just gonna keep the big range for now. And yeah, we have some liquidity close to this 4-hour POI that looks good. So right here we have some inducement / resting liquidity. So this POI looks good for some sells. And except for that, we don't have anything else. Okay, guys, we're done with Forex pairs, okay? We're done with Forex pairs. Now, like you guys like, we can go on gold. But same thing, there's again a problem with gold with my strategy right now, is that we finally broke structure to the upside. As you can see, we finally broke structure to the upside, but that created a huge range. Like you see, that created a huge range. So I'm basically just waiting for a pullback and a break to the upside again. So that way we can look for a new range to look for trades. Right now, it's way too big to do anything. I would just wait it out on gold according to my strategy. Internally, same thing. We just pushed 2 down to look for anything internal. So honestly, it's really not... I'm not a fan of what's going on gold right now, to be honest. So yeah, I would leave this to the side a little bit. I mean, even if we've been leaving gold to the side for a really long time. But yeah, there is really nothing to do according to the strategy on gold. You guys wanted as well to do an analysis on the DXY. So the DXY right now, if I'm just, I'm focusing on the most current price action. The DXY is bearish. So we can see that the DXY, we can actually use it as an extra confluence with our other pairs. So you see right here, we have a 4-hour POI on the DXY. So the DXY is the US dollar index. So if the US dollar index is bearish, that means that all pairs against the US dollar will be bullish. So that means Euro USD is bullish. And in this case, it makes sense. As you can see, it completely makes sense. So the DXY is bearish. So what does that mean? We have a 4-hour POI right here. So that means that we have as well, by the way, a 1-hour POI right here. Okay, so what does that mean? This means that when price on the DXY taps one of those POIs, I'm not trading directly the DXY, okay? I'm not directly trading the DXY, I'm using it as a confluence. So if, for example, price taps into this 4-hour POI, and at the same time, let's say it taps into this POI on GBP USD, it's like an extra confluence that it's gonna react, because both of them tapped into a point of interest at the same time, and they're anti-correlated, so they're correlated in the opposite direction. So that means that one of them hits this POI and the other one hits this POI. They have a pretty nice chance to react. So yeah, that's how I'm using the DXY. So that means that I just have those two POIs right now to look for on the DXY, and overall we're bearish. That's pretty much it. Okay. So yeah, let's go now on indices. So if we have anything new. So on US 30, we don't have anything new since the previous week. We just have this range, as you can see, and nothing changed, guys. As you can see, we're still waiting for this high being broken. So yeah, we still just have this POI, and that's it. We don't have anything else. Everything internal right here, we're not trading it. We always only trade the overall structure. So yeah, the internal range right here is just liquidity. We don't do anything with that. And we only have this 4-hour POI in the bottom. For NAS, that's interesting. We tapped into a POI, as you can see on the 4-hour on NAS. We had this range. So we can see what do we have right here. We actually got a break of structure / change of character to the upside right here. So right here, we got our change of character to the upside. So what does that mean? This means that this is the range, and that means that this is the extreme POI on the 15-minute. If we enter exactly right here, stop loss below the low, and we target the high, the risk to reward ratio, as you can see, is not good. It's only a 103 risk to reward ratio. So according to my strategy, a less than 104 risk to reward ratio is considered as not a good risk to reward ratio. So what do we do with this information? We need to either refine the trade or wait for a 1-minute break at the POI. So if you want to refine the trade, we have this 1-minute POI right here. That is actually the most small time frame, that is the lowest one. So either you refine the POI by placing the entry like that. Then as you can see now, it's a good risk to reward ratio, or you wait for a 1-minute break at this 15-minute POI and you enter like this. That's the two scenarios that you can do. If you enter straight away at the 15 minutes, just let you know that your risk to reward ratio won't be as good. So okay, that's it for NAS. And let's go now on the last pair / currency / index of the video. The video, it's more live stream, but you got it. So on S&P, nothing changed, guys, either. So we have the exact same thing as we had on the previous week. We still have the break of structure to the upside right here, creating the range from this low to this high. So yeah, there is nothing much that we can do here. Perfect. So yeah, guys, that's pretty much it. Okay. So yeah, guys, this is everything that we have. Now it's time to see the questions. Let's see if we have any last questions. If GBP/USD break high, will it create a new valid range? Yeah, if we have a break of structure to the upside right here on GBP/USD, it will create a new range. After covering the range before entry, please, how many pips minimum can one add to avoid liquidity sweep? I don't do a pip size, I do it visually. I add around 1 centimeter visually, like something like this, like, you know, like this. Okay, do you always use the Fibonacci from, let me show you guys the questions. Do you always use the Fibonacci from the lower low, or can you use it from a higher low if it's a break of structure? A higher low, it's the opposite. It depends if you're buying or selling. Like if you are selling, you're gonna be going from the high to the low, like from the top to the bottom, and if you're buying, it's gonna be the opposite. So it's basically the low or the high connected to your range. How many pips is too much for a stop loss? Again, there's no too much pips for stop loss. Of course, if your stop loss is covering the entire range, doesn't make sense. But there's not too much pips for a stop loss, if that makes sense. If a candle closes outside the POI, doesn't that mean the POI is invalid? There's a reason you still looked for trades on USD CAD. Okay, so the USD CAD trade, guys, it was valid because we tapped into the POI and we created the break of structure before we closed outside. So you see right here, we closed inside the POI. You see, we closed inside the POI, and this area was already the entry point. So by the time we actually tapped into the POI right here, you know, by the time we actually tapped into the POI right here, on the 1 hour, it closed inside. It doesn't matter that we closed outside on the 15 minutes. It needs to be the same time frame as the POI. So yeah, right here, it's still valid. We had our 15-minute change of character, then we got the entry. It doesn't matter if the entry closes above, it's no longer like important. Okay. Guys, the DAX is the German thing, right? I don't trade DAX, so this is the DAX, right? I'm pretty sure. Okay. So what's going on? What's going on right here? Okay. Ooh la 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 la. That's a nice consolidation. That's a pretty nice consolidation. Let me find the beginning of that consolidation. Okay, so here we push down, up, then we stay stuck in this range, then we pushed down more, so now this is the high, then we broke structure to the upside, create a huge range. I mean, we had a little pullback, okay, break to the downside. Here we have a little pullback, okay, this is break of structures to the upside. Okay, so looks like this is your range on DAX. So this is your range because this is the last break of structure to the upside. So that means that we can identify our POIs. We have one right here. Let's see if it's valid. Nope, it's not. It's not connected to any fair value gap. Okay, so nothing to do on the 4 hour. We can go on the 1 hour. Okay, so we have a 1 hour POI exactly. We have a 1 hour POI exactly right here. And we have as well a 1 hour POI exactly right here. So those are the two things that we can do on DAX. So that means that we need to wait for one of those two POIs to be mitigated before continuing to look for some buys. Okay, so yeah, that's pretty much it. That's pretty much it, guys, for all the breakdowns. Now, okay, now guys, it's time for all questions. I think I replied to everyone. For everyone asking for NAS, I already did it. This is the range that we have on NAS, and this is the entry that we're looking for. Here you need an extra confirmation, so a 1 minute break, and this is the extreme POI refined. Okay, so yeah guys, time for all the questions. I think I answered all the questions. So that's the end of the breakdown part of the live stream. Now, like we're always doing, don't forget we are doing a giveaway. Okay, we're doing a giveaway. So for the giveaway, how to participate? It's pretty simple. Okay, pretty simple. You just need to go on For Traders YouTube channel. So if you are already on YouTube, you don't need to move, just stay here. You're gonna be straight away eligible to the giveaway. But for everyone that is on TikTok, you need to go on YouTube right here, write For Traders, that because we're doing those live streams in collaborations with For Traders. And you have the weekly outlook right here. It says that I'm live. You see right here, it says I'm live. You click on this and then you will be able to join the giveaway. So yeah, exactly right here. Don't forget to join if you want to participate. You just write For Traders, click here, and now you're gonna be able to participate in the giveaway. So yeah guys, if not, thank you for everyone who joined the live stream on TikTok. Again, if you want to participate in the giveaway, don't hesitate to just join the live on YouTube. And yeah guys, thank you very much. If you have any other questions, don't hesitate to DM me on Instagram. Like I said, my Instagram DMs are open. And yeah, have a nice end of the day, and see you next time for the weekly outlook, guys. So next Saturday. So yeah, go on YouTube if you want to participate in the giveaway. So yeah, ciao. Okay, so this is good. Okay, this is good. And now we can wait for people to join. So now we're gonna be doing the giveaway. Okay guys, so I'm gonna be waiting a little bit for people to join. But yeah, that's pretty much it for now. We're gonna be waiting a little bit more. We're 28. So let me just think about a question about what we did today. What was the things that we talked about today? Oh, interesting. Okay, let's do this as a question. Okay, so this would be a pretty easy question. It's to start the year. Okay, start the year. We're gonna start easy. We're not gonna start complicated. Okay, so it's gonna be an easier question. On the previous week, we had multiple hard questions. You know, we had harder questions on the previous weeks. It was the end of the year, you know, so it was to boost you guys to learn. And now it's the beginning of the year, so let's do it. Let's do it something easy at first, and then we're gonna continue with the harder questions. So guys, first things first, how is it gonna work? Okay, so I'm gonna explain the rules again. How is it gonna work for you? So first things first, you need guys to answer a question. Okay, you need to answer questions. The question will be displayed such as, so for example, there's gonna be the question, and then there's gonna be like letters. Okay, so imagine you have those 4 letters. The right answer, you just write the right letter in the chat. So if, for example, the right answer is number A, you write A in the chat. Okay, so yeah, that's how it works. If you already won something, okay, if you already won a giveaway, so you already participated and you got your funded account, don't participate again, because it's only one funded account per person. Like that, it gives more chances for others to win too. Okay, and if you put a letter and then you change your mind, or you put another letter afterwards, you won't count for the second time. So basically that means if you press A and you send the letter A, but at the end you wanted to say G, you cannot delete your A and send G. I'm always gonna consider always the first answer. Okay, so don't delete it. I see who deletes it. I see your name. We see it when you delete a thing. So don't delete anything. press the right answer, and the first, now with 36, so the first 7 people who got the right answer will be put their names in the wheel of names right here. I'm gonna be spinning it, and the one that wins will receive the funded account. To claim the funded account, you just need to DM me on Instagram. Okay, so guys, let me first delete people from the previous week, and let's go, and I'm gonna ask you guys a question. So let me just write the question. Okay, almost done. Let's wait. Okay guys, so I have my question. Good luck to everyone. So I'm gonna first of all show you the question itself so you can read it. So what is the first step of the strategy when you analyze an empty chart? Okay, so in 3, 2, 1, those are the answers. So is it Y? Do you need to identify your POIs? K, place your fib on your range. G, wait for a 15-minute change of character. Or U, identify your overall bias. So guys, what is the right answer? What is the first step of the strategy? This is an easy question, guys. This is to start the year, so we have the chances for everyone to participate. Okay guys, so we have a lot of answers, and yeah, you're right. The right answer is the letter U. So the first step that you need to do is to identify your overall bias. So a lot of people got it. Like I was explaining, it's a pretty easy question, so this is just to give the chance to everyone to participate fairly. So yeah, that was the right answer. The right answer was the letter U. So bam, this was the right answer exactly right here. So first step is to identify overall bias, then your range, then your fib, then your POIs, and then your 15-minute break of structure. So yeah, that's pretty much it. That's pretty much it for the question this week. So we're gonna be adding the first 7 people who got it right. So we're gonna start from this moment. So bam and bam. Okay, this one got it right too. Okay. Okay, perfect. Okay, only 2 winning. No, this one is not good. Okay. Perfect, guys. So yeah, again, if you already won, you cannot participate again. Okay, if you already won, you cannot participate again. If not, we're gonna be just spinning those names exactly right here. So yeah, congrats to everyone who got the right answer. Again, it was an easy question to start the year, and let's see who will win this time. So good luck guys to everyone, and let's see who will be the lucky winner. Okay, so looks like this person exactly right here is the winner. So let me show you your channel. So this is your channel. If you recognize yourself, please just send me a message on Instagram. Okay, send me a message on Instagram. Send me a screenshot or a video recording of your YouTube dashboard so I can verify that this is indeed your channel. And then I'm gonna send you guys, a promo code for the challenge, for the 6K challenge. So DM me on Instagram. If you want to send me a message on Instagram, it's really simple. You just put my username. It's as well in the description, guys. If you want to contact me, if you want, just to contact me, send me a message. It's always there, possible right here. So my username is KoshKah's, and yeah, just send me a message to claim your prize. If not, guys, if you have any other questions, really don't hesitate to send me a message too. And if not, that would be pretty much it for today's live stream. Again, all the recordings will be sent in the Discord, so you have the Discord right here, that as well is on my social media, and the free weekly outlooks are always here. So all the weekly outlooks are always here. So yeah, don't hesitate to watch them. And yeah, if you have any other questions, see you next time. So yeah guys, see you next time for another weekly outlook. If you enjoyed this one, don't hesitate to subscribe to For Traders YouTube channel, and as well see the other videos that we have on For Traders YouTube. So yeah, have a nice end of the